Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Faith Black Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is Paul's Haba Haba Mango Habanero Hot Sauce. See, it's a very healthy, what do we got here? Is this? Oh, we have a very rare 9 ounce. Usually we see evens. So we see 8 or we see 10 when the bottles are this big. This one is 9. Very cool. So we have, the idea here is, so I got this sauce in 2024. And I don't know if when I got it, I think I got it in 2020. I got it a while before I actually opened it. And I can't remember. It might have been earlier 2025. It's probably not important. But I can't remember at the time, I am going somewhere with this, if I recognized that there was mustard in it. I thought this was just a larger bottle. Or maybe my opinion, my impression evolved over time, where I thought it was just another mango habanero. So I cleared out a whole bunch of my fruit-based sweet hots. Sweet hots seem to be the thing that I always go through the most. I really find the combination of sweet and hot in a sauce, generally on almost anything, to be quite delightful, quite nice. I am a fan of that sort of thing. And so I go through quite a number of those, whether they're fruit-based or something else. So here we have mango puree, water. Okay, so that is mango puree, yellow mustard, habanero pepper, brown sugar, distilled vinegar, and then we've got silicone dioxide, I guess, salt, garlic, and xanthan gum. So I didn't... I opened, when I pulled it off the shelf, I was like, oh, that looks interesting. What's going on there? I opened it and I smelled it and I went, wait, what? I had completely forgotten that mustard was an element in this. And I was a bit stunned, to say the least, a bit stunned. Very interesting idea to kind of go with the mango, the mustard, and the habanero. And there's some other elements in there as well. Let me look at this real quick here again. Maybe it's something on the mustard. It is, the mustard is a fairly forward with turmeric. Anyway, it's just kind of wild, the flavor combination this comes up with. And it's kind of in this weird area where it's not really... it definitely is not your typical mango habanero hot sauce. Nothing like that, in fact. It is not really particularly a mustardy mustard either. It's just in this sort of weird middle ground that it just kind of leaves a lot of things up in the air. You can see it is this sort of golden yellow, this golden sort of sunflower yellow, perhaps, something like that. It looks okay. It is starting to go towards a sand color, I would say, towards that sort of a bit brownish hue there. But let's get on into this. I get mustard, but there's a lot of other notes in there as well. Mango doesn't read particularly strong. It is sort of a tropical, it actually reminds me a bit of a Caribbean. This is sort of a Caribbean approach, actually, where there's those things and there's mustard in there, and it's kind of a whole being greater than the sum of its parts sort of thing. And there's just not really, I don't know if there's one super distinct flavor. It kind of tastes like itself. If that makes any sense. So we call it here sandwiches, burgers. It'd probably be fine. Tacos, burritos, I would not put a mustard sauce on those things, no. Barbecue, sure. Grilled fish, maybe. Sure, maybe. And then they call it great with pizza. There is next to no chance pizza would be something I would ever consider any mustard sauce, including this. So I thought, well, why don't we do a couple different things? So we're going to do a chicken tendie, which is normally, you know, this sort of battered fried food. That's normally where fruit-based sweet hots in particular wind up for me. And I also grilled up a bunch of brats. So I made the old tower brats. So I thought, okay, I wouldn't put hot sauce on brats normally. So that's what I'll do. I'll try it where I would normally just use a mustard, and I'll try it also where I would normally just use more of a hot sauce. And we'll just see how it goes. I mean, 9 ounces, there's a lot of it. The sauce is not bad tasting by any means. But it's just a little bit difficult to place, I think. It can go on some of those other things, yes, but I probably will try it on burgers at some point. I could see where that would be really quite good, actually. There is a sort, like at times it'll give off a sort of sweet mustardy vibe. It's really an interesting approach. Where is this out of, actually? Let's see. So it's out of, well, Paul's Fine Foods is out of Los Altos, California, but I need to see somewhere else is making this. I don't know who. We see that a lot, though. We see a lot of relabels. It's not quite clear where it's originating from. I have had it on chicken a number of times. It's fine. We'll see if we can get any kind of heat buildup here. It hasn't to this point. So on the foods where I want a hot sauce only, I kind of wish I had a different sauce. By no means bad. It just, you know, you kind of have it and you're like, eh. This isn't scratching that itch, as it were. All right, let's try this on the brat here. Man, these are good brats. Okay. Look at the amount of caramelization I got on this. And it's, you know, it's not burnt. It's not fried. It's just very, very deep and intense caramelization of the fat bursting through the casing and running down the sides. It's okay on this. Well, I mean, let me hit this chicken again, and I gotta figure out where it's better. That I don't know yet. It does read more strongly on the chicken. Yeah. Okay, try again on the brats. Honestly, the brats kind of overpower it. A little bit of heat. Very vague mustardy notes here. Well, I think it works better on the brats here, just by a smidge though. You know, which kind of leads to the suggestion maybe it's more of a mustard than a hot sauce. Mustard is the second ingredient. I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not saying that directly, that I don't think it's quite clear. Well, So it's not blazing. It's not blazing heat. It's not gonna punish you for eating it or anything like that. So there's one or two answers here yet. Even though I've tested it a bit, I haven't discovered the place that's best yet, if there is a place. So I am going to try it on burgers. Maybe it will be better there. I guess I could try it on sandwich. It wouldn't be bad on sandwiches, actually. I think it'd be fine. Here's the problem, though, is that a lot of those things with sauces, they're up against our associations, right? Our flavor associations. So when I'm having those things, I'm expecting a combination that is probably more akin to like a regular mustard for the most part. Burgers, I am fairly agnostic with, though. I'm very open to whatever somebody might want to throw on those. So I am going to test this, and maybe it'll be better in a burger. I don't know. It was okay on both of those things. I think it works slightly better with the brat, but it honestly wouldn't be my first choice for either of those two foods, just to be honest. So because it doesn't really sort of, for me, have that kind of distinct identity that I can sort of play into the associations that I have, I guess the sauce is just kind of in the middle for me. I don't dislike it. I think it's okay. But I don't know that I don't know that it would be my first choice when reaching for a sauce. And I don't know that I would necessarily get another bottle after this one. I guess we'll just leave it right there. So that was the Paul's Haba Haba hot sauce. Number 4. In peace. To serve the flame.